What's going on, guys? Thought I was gonna jump in a little bit earlier to start that stream. How's everybody doing this morning? Hope you guys are having a good day so far. When it comes to me, this morning was kind of a little bit iffy. So I woke up around here around 3 a.m. this morning, and I saw this big bar here on Crude. And I started buying this bar like immediately, right? So we went long up here, and then we put the stop underneath this bar. All right. After every full bar, I was just adding to the trade. So just add, and move my stop up as I was adding to the long position. So on this 50K Alpha Futures account, I was at like $1,300 in profit already, around here. But unfortunately, what happened next was this deep sort of pullback, right? So unfortunately, my stop got hit at a minus 200. I was risking $200 to make. I was obviously hoping for 1,500, which is the 50% of the 3K, which you need to pass that eval. And this is, by the way, the free Alpha Futures evaluation account that we all got as a compensation for the issues with the Alpha Trader platform. Speaking of Alpha Trader, unfortunately, still as of this morning, I just want to show you guys. Still, as of this morning, the platform is under maintenance, and the guys at Alpha Futures said that they're looking forward to bringing it back online shortly. So we're still waiting for that. But yeah, hopefully we get to find some good trades this morning. I'll be definitely on the lookout for the 9 a.m. crude market open, which typically brings some extra liquidity to the markets. And the plan for today, I was gonna show you guys one other thing. Let me see. I was gonna show you guys how we did on the Take Profit Trader Futures account. So yeah, you're not gonna be able to see it here, but I'm just gonna show you. So we are 4 out of 5 trading days. So today we did our 5th trading day, and I was able to make the remaining $560 to put me at the 9,000 profit target. So currently, this account is already passed, but unfortunately, I need to wait till the market reset for that account to be turned into a funded account. So tomorrow, when you guys come to the stream, we will be trading this funded account with Take Profit Trader, which, to be honest with you, is going to be a little bit of a challenge, because Take Profit Trader has a trailing drawdown at the funded stage. So that's another sort of not another, but like definitely a give and take with prop firms. If you have like very favorable, sort of risk aspects of the account, then they would cap your payouts, right? So for Take Profit Trader, you have to beat the intraday trailing drawdown in the funded stage, but you get daily payouts and you get uncapped payouts as well. So if you are able to beat that trailing drawdown, then your earning potential is uncapped, right? So that's definitely exciting, and we are going to be trading that funded account tomorrow. Okay, we also have the 150K Top Step Combine. We'll be going to be trading today. I have taken some trades already, And as you guys can see, we're $534 in the red as things stand. Okay, so what are we looking for in these markets? So let's take a look what happened to what crude looks like on the 1 hour chart, maybe first of all. All right, so since the day started, we opened with a gap up, but we closed that gap within the first hour, as you guys can see here. And then we've been pretty much respecting this sort of trend line up, right? Nicely, sort of as soon as we broke through the moving average, we were also able to, every time that we came back to retest that moving average, we were able to push higher from those levels. Now at 8 a.m. we had a really nice bull close of the hourly bar that overlapped this bear bar that happened before. So definitely, well, for that reason, pretty much, I am looking for longs on crude. I do appreciate that we've been in a downtrend, sort of, for the last week, pretty much. But I am leaning to the long side. As long as we can stay above this moving average here. We'll be peaking on the 1 hour chart. And I definitely want to mark that level. Okay, so that's sort of where the 1 hour chart, 1 hour candle closed. This obviously, is not great because we rallied about 73 points up and we rejected from there. So that doesn't make me happy, but it's not over just yet. So, okay, for the very okay, so typically what I've been looking at for now is something that happened here. So the test or break through the moving average and a reversal with a nice big bull body that we can put our stop underneath and hopefully ride the wave higher. But since the crude market is opening at 9 a.m., we'll kind of probably have to wait to see what happens before we take any trades. Let's see if we have any data coming up right now. So May 26th, right? That's today. No, there's nothing. CB Consumer Index. Yeah, but that's about it. Here we have the PCE and GDP and consumer spending on May 28th, which is in 2 days, on Thursday. All right, so we're just going to wait and see right now. All right, so crude is testing down to that moving average. Damn, it's good to be back after the shorter trading session yesterday. I'm definitely excited to be back in the swing of things today. Yeah, it's a shame that we had these deep pullbacks on crude. So this was sort of kind of deep pullback, and then this one was even deeper pullback. And we kind of got stopped only at the bottom of that strong break from 3 a.m. this morning. And now we're reversing 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, four bars, 4 bull bars with 1 bear bar. So that's not great for those that are looking to buy, like yours truly. So we might need to adjust our strategy. So gold, as I've been saying for the couple of days now, it's been sort of a reverse indicator of what's happening with the crude. So if gold was going up, then it would mean that the crude would go down, right? So they were in reverse or inverse correlation, I suppose. And now I definitely see a really nice entry on gold. So I would be going in. We have, you know, a nice engulfing and a breakthrough. Yeah, I have to take this trade, guys. We were going to trade crude, but we don't choose when the opportunity shows. So we definitely have to go to the micros. MGC, we're only trying to make $500. So let's see. So this is $860, $900. What if it's 4? 697, still too much. Uh, 165. Okay, we're going to take 2 contracts. Okay, so we are in 2 contracts on this one. And if 2 contracts was 300 and we're looking to risk 450 on this account, we're going to take 3 contracts on this one. Okay, 543. So a little bit more than we were looking to risk, but I think it's okay, knowing that obviously futures markets don't allow us the same kind of flexibility when sizing our trades as you know, Forex or CFDs allow when you have, you know, mini lots and micro lots. And now every sort of strong close above the moving average, like if we continue going and we get like a strong bullish close, we're going to be buying that bar and moving our stop loss, trailing our stop loss higher. So we're going to be adding to our winner. So if this one closes like a really strong bull bar, then we're going to add to this trade. And this is it. And now the most boring part of trading starts, which is just waiting for the market to show us if we're right, if we are going to make some money on this or not. And this is also why it's kind of important to, I believe, look at more than one market. We talked about looking at the crude, waiting for 9 a.m. crude open, but then we noticed this trade sort of on gold happening right here, and we decided to jump in. Sure, right? Like if you look at this sort of thing, it may look that we were going to go down, but at this point I'm just trying to trade my strategy. I've done some back testing over the weekend and I've had some really nice results in this strategy, which is pretty much waiting for the break of that moving average and then sort of adding to that trade after every strong bar and racking up your stop loss sort of as you're going up. Ooh, apologies, guys. So I've been up since I guess a few hours already. I wanted to make sure I catch that London Open this morning. I was actually also going to jump on stream, but I didn't look too great. I was still quite groggy in the morning, so I decided to do this one at just a few hours later. So for right now, we're getting some good follow-up in this trade. We're not making life-changing money, but definitely the premise of our strategy is fulfilling itself. So now we're going to be adding to this trade like we talked about. I'm only going to add one contract. because we are not, the bar was not big enough. And when this happens, by the way, like fail to modify order, all you gotta do is just delete this and just put in a new order. So that's gonna be sell stop in our case. And we're also going to add to this one, we're going to add 2 contracts and make sure that we are at our predetermined risk level, right? So people may say that, oh, adding to winners is risky because, you're gonna lose more if you lose. That's why the key like if you are looking to be adding to your winners, the key is to keep your risk the same at all times. So you are increasing your upside. Sure, you're bringing your stop closer, so you're trading with a tighter risk. So you're decreasing your probability. But I think the potential payoffs are definitely worth it. So as you saw right now, I racked up my stop to be still at 480. Kind of our predetermined level. Here, it's a little bit more difficult with TradingView because it doesn't tell us what the value of the stop loss is. So what I like to do, I just grab a limit order that's exactly the same. So like three contracts, and I take this stop and I see, okay, so that's 327. I want to risk more, like 250. So I have to bring my stop to 512. And then I can do that here. See? Confirm. And then I know that I'm only risking what I wanted to risk, which is 250. And yeah, and then this bar, if this bar closes strong, we're going to add to this trade again. And we'll continue doing that, maybe to these levels over here. Here's maybe where we're going to try to come out. Or if we add a lot to this trade, maybe we'll come out earlier, depending sort of on the profit, right? Because in this account, we can only make another $500, let's say. 51,500 is maximum what we can make at the moment. So we'll be monitoring sort of our account balance to make sure we're not going over that level, as to not to breach the consistency. And I want to just check if the Alpha Futures platform is up. No, so Alpha Futures is still offline. But that's okay. We get to trade these accounts, and we'll jump into the Alpha Futures account when the platform goes back online. It's cool on that Alpha Futures account because we're in a really good spot, because we only have $200 left to passing that account. I'm gonna show you guys right now. Oh yeah, so I actually can't show you. See this. See this. So I thought it was going to be like, I know it's 52,804, but for some reason it doesn't update here. Maybe it's due to the work that they did, that this doesn't update. Yeah. So here you can see that I am at 52,804, but it shows as if my account was reset back to 51,995. Hopefully that's not the case, but we'll obviously see. So now we see that gold is coming back a little bit, but it's still away from our stop loss. Okay, so we have the crude open, 9 a.m. coming in. Let's just watch sort of what's gonna happen at the open. Usually we see some nice liquidity. So here you can see that they're pushing this market lower from the get-go, as soon as they opened, right? And this, if we are to follow the inverse correlation between gold and crude, if crude's now pushing down, then it's sort of a positive for our gold trade, which, as we can see, it's sort of pushing back to those highs. Okay, so we didn't add before because we had the red bar, and we only want to add into the strength. So we're looking for strong bull bars for us to add. Can't tell you how much money I've lost in the markets adding to my losing trades, right? So I make a point of not doing that right now. So whenever I trade, I definitely do my utmost best not to add to my losing trades. And they're cutting the grass at the moment outside, so I apologize for that, guys. Hopefully it's not too annoying. I can mute my mic when I'm not talking. So if you guys remember what we talked about when the stream just started, right? So we were looking for a test of the moving average on crude, and we were looking to buy that test, right? So this could have been our entry. So if we really wanted to, we would have been long from this position, right? But then that was the bar that closed at 8:55, right? Or rather at 9 o'clock, right? It closed at 9 o'clock. It started at 8:55. Closed at 9 o'clock. But because we know that it's a crude market open at 9 a.m., it dropped immediately. Like, we knew that we wanted to wait and not get into any sort of like aggressive trades at this level. But, you know, if it's just blindly sort of following the strategy, then it could have been a long position. Our gold trade is looking good. So we're $126 in profits. Not life-changing money, but by any means. But you know, our strategy is panning out so far. So now in 2 minutes, we're going to have a decision to make if we want to add more to this trade or if we want to just hold on to what we got. And that will definitely depend on what sort of close of this bar we're going to get. If this bar can close at its highs, then we'll be adding to that trade. All right, so this bar will close in 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1, and it doesn't make me feel like I want to add to it, right? So it's closed at around its midpoint, So it definitely doesn't show us that there's a crazy appetite for higher prices. Okay. And that's probably because, again, the inverse correlation, crude rebounded from those levels. So people who went long here and put their stop underneath that bar are still in the trade. Maybe they're gonna make money. I am still going to hold on to that gold trade. I typically try not to come out of my trades until my stop loss is hit, so we're going to hold on to see what happens. Hey, thanks for jumping in. Good to see you. Feel free to say hi if you like. Hope your trading day is going good so far. As you can see, we're sitting in this crude trade, gold trade right now that we took just about like close to the beginning of the stream, like 20 minutes ago, 15 minutes ago. And we're waiting for a strong bull close so we can add some more contracts on top of this trade. While we're waiting for this trade to pan out, I'm going to be periodically just checking what's sort of happening with alpha futures. Okay, so they're saying that the maintenance is almost over for the alpha futures, alpha trader platform, so we'll be definitely jumping in there when it does end. Okay, so our gold position is back at our entry level. And crude is pushing a little bit higher as well. So people that bought here are not hating this move too much. Okay, maybe that was the play. Maybe we should have been waiting for crude and buy that rejection. But I feel like this rejection on gold was much stronger. Right? We see nice 2 bull bars with very minimal tails on top and bottom of the candles. So definitely when you look at bull bars, the more important tails are those at the top. Yeah. But yeah, people are in profit now. Who bought? That's trading for you, right? Like there are two sort of competing theories. I always like to say, right? Like the struggle between bulls and bears, and sort of we're as traders trying to figure out which side is going to prevail and win this battle. So my bet was on gold going up, and some people might be betting on crude going up. So that was a really nice push now. So I definitely like this. I like that they've we're able to bid that candle all the way up. So that's definitely a really nice thing to see, but it's still not enough for us to add to this gold trade. So we're still waiting. Yeah, and then the waiting is when people make majority of their mistakes, I feel, because this trade, oh, it feels like it's not moving, so I'm gonna close it, right? And then you close it, and then the trade sort of explodes high. And when that happens, you become frustrated, and then you start looking for ways to get your revenge on the market, right? Or like prove that you were right. So a way that you would try to prove yourself, to prove that you were right, and which is very destructive, is, let's say if you were buying, right, and this market, let's say, went up, right, and you were like, oh, I knew I was right, I'm gonna buy now, and then this market maybe have, like, what's the word, exhausted that move already, right? And maybe now they're gonna come down. Like here we can see that gold is now checking down to the moving average, and our crude trade that we were also looking at printed just like a really nice bar of that trend line, so that of that moving average. So that's definitely something that that looks really interesting to be buying. But bears cannot put like another bar above it, so there is no follow-up, unfortunately. And we are now at $69 in the red. So definitely what's working against our trade is that prevailing sort of trend down on gold, right? So I understand that I'm buying it in a downtrend, but I think I'm buying it at a really decent levels down here. As you can see, there's a lot of resistance sort of in this broad area. Obviously our stop is way too tight to, safely just sit here and say, oh yeah, we're buying this area, like we really need this market to start moving now. But what I'm trying to say is that it is a decent level to be buying from. And on 1 hour chart, we are in this downtrend as well. Definitely downtrend starting sort of back in March. On a 4 hour though, on a 4 hour, looks like we are in the bull trend, and we could be hoping for the move up. Definitely the move up on gold, in my opinion, will be correlated with a move down in crude prices. Maybe if we were go down to like $70 per barrel of crude, that sort of could propel gold back to those high levels that we see back in so it's only May 12 actually, so maybe more like here, like April, or even back to all-time highs from March and January. Okay, so what time? It's 9:14, so we have almost at the 5-minute bar close. Let's see, so they're bidding up that bar again, so that's good, and we're going to continue to watch. Nice, that's a really good move for us. If this red bar were turned into a green bar, then I would add to this trade and I would move my stop underneath that red bar. But currently, I'm not doing anything. I'm just waiting. Definitely, it's not, it's not an art to add a bunch of risk on top of a trade that hasn't proved itself yet. So we just gotta wait. Okay, how did the crude close? Yeah, so no follow-up on crude either. So we're seeing a strong move up, semi-strong, right? Just move down. And then up, down, up, down. So there is no clear direction. We're going to need a break either way to sort of find out which way we're going to trade. I like the fact that we're sitting above that moving average. That's definitely something that I like. But I would like to see some strong bull bars as well. When are we going to come out of this trade? When the stop loss is going to get hit. Okay, so crude is pushing up a little bit, again responding to that moving average down there. So it is sort of telling us that maybe it was the right place to be looking for longs on crude. We saw a lot of bull bars going this way here. Okay, I definitely like this bar. I wish crude would go down now. It would make me feel a little bit more secure about this trade. Alright, so it's 50 seconds till the close of that bar. And we're seeing some bull price action. Some bullish price action. Here on this one though, right? Like they're definitely trying to push that market higher. This was a good trade and I did take it. I did take it earlier on. And I decided to come out sort of here after this bar sort of like really quickly like went up. I thought it maybe was like, you know, some sort of news or something. So I didn't want to risk it. Kind of went up and went down immediately. So I closed out of the trade. But as it turns out, I should have maybe held on to it a little bit longer. Okay, so we have the close of the bar. Still not exactly what we're looking for. Maybe the next bar will be the bar that we're going to be able to add to the trade on. Let's see, we're aiming for $500 in this one. We can say is the target, we'll say $500 needed to 50% consistency. No, let's make it a red, a dark, a black, not so aggressive. And we can make it like this, okay? So we'll be adding to this trade if we get a strong close. It's looking good so far. Oh, that's a nice push. It's another nice push. And just to show you something, guys, so as we're seeing this push higher, the crude is coming down as well. So that's the inverse correlation that we talked about. So we're now sitting at, we were briefly at 200, we're at 150 now again. But it's still plenty of time till the close of this bar. I'm planning to stream till like 10 o'clock, so for another 40 minutes. We're going to stay together through the market open at 9:30. That's when they said that the Alpha Futures account, the Alpha Trader account, should be back online. So we'll try to trade that one if it does come online. I have their Discord open here, and I just kept checking it for any information, but there is nothing so far. Oh no, there is now. Okay, let's see. There's a voice message. Let's see what that voice message says.
Ladies and gentlemen, the moment that you have not been waiting for, sorry I say have not, is that we're not going to be back up for US Open. We have tried, but we can't rush this. We're 95% of the way there. The great news is it is so much better than it has been. 95% of the way there. I need to ask you politely and respectfully for another 5% of your time and patience, and once this is done, we don't have to go through this pain again. I know there'll be a few of you that are pissed off. That's why I've got the phone line to rant, but it is nearly there. We're doing this properly so we don't have to do it again. The team have worked tirelessly all weekend to work out and figure out any kinks that has come up against us in our first week of launch, and we're nearly there. So please give us a bit of time, and what I can assure you is in good time this platform and the plans we have for it will be the best thing out there in the trading space. That's what I believe, and I believe that's what we'll build. Thanks again for all your patience. Please just hold on, give us an extra little bit of 5% of patience and time. We'll get.
All right, guys. I hope you were able to see it, to hear it. But yeah, looks like they're not going to be back for the market open, for the US Open. But it sounds like the platform is going to be even better than it was. So all of you guys that have purchased an Alpha Futures account, I think you cannot go wrong, and you'll definitely be very happy with yourselves very shortly. So if you haven't gotten an account yet, make sure to use my code on the screen, Patrick024311, and set yourself up with an account. Okay, so we had a very strong close. We're going to add 2 contracts. right now, and we're going to add 4 contracts on this one. We'll rack up our stop to 494, and here we're going to have to calculate where our stop should be. Okay, so we're going to go buy, just like I showed you guys, 5 contracts, limit, we set it on this level, and 250 is here, 518. Confirm. All right, and now we continue to wait. We're looking for another another $300 to hit our 500 consistency, but it's definitely looking good so far. Interesting thing though, so we had this stronger push on gold, but crude has not fallen down too much. So maybe both markets are, for some reason, going to go up, right? Maybe the inverse correlation is no more. We'll have to wait and see. We're 370 on this one. Yeah, here we have lots of room, right? Because we're looking for 4,500, right? So 5,000 at this point to max our consistency rule. Yeah. So we can arbitrarily put that stop up here. But, you know, realistically, we'll be adding to this trade as it keeps going in our direction. Yeah, crude is really liking the prospect of going higher. Okay, and we're gonna have the US market open in 3 minutes. And let's see if there is going to be some bullish liquidity coming into these markets, and this specific market in the next 2.5 minutes. Okay, so crude is definitely pushing higher, and our gold is coming down a little bit. No follow up on that blue green bar just yet. Yeah, this is the most painful part, huh? Our profits dissipating. But as long as we keep our risk managed, then one of these trades it's going to just go off and it's going to make it all worth it. So you can't be really thinking about, oh my god, you know, I was what was that, $200, $250 in profit, and now it's gone. Well, that's just trading, right? If that's too hard for you to stomach, then maybe trading is not for you. Maybe you should be looking into different you know, like different avenue of financial markets, or just in general do something else with your life. I have that friend that loves to close their profits just like as soon as the position goes into the green. But if they do that and they continue to do that, then the stop losses that are getting hit will overpower just sort of the small profits that they're closing. So it's definitely, you have to create your strategy that will allow you to, in a way that will allow you to close those big winning days, because they are what's going to pay for those losers in the long run. So now, even though we had a strong red close, the first bar of the market open is now pushing nicely higher. And on crude, we're seeing that they're continuing to do what they've been doing, which is a green bar, green, red. Very lots of indecisiveness in those markets. All right, come on, gold. Let us make some money this morning. Make our morning. We have a relatively sort of a nice position size on this account. 5 micro gold contracts. That's a really decent position size. You can easily make $1,000, $2,000 on that if it really gets going. Right now we're sort of in this limbo of plus 200, minus 50, plus 200, 0. And sort of what's the annoying part. And also for me, as a streamer, I want this to be like exciting for you guys and not boring. Like, I want this market to go up. Not only because obviously I want to make money, but I want you guys to sort of see some nice action, and how a trader sort of manages that position as it really starts going. Because right now, there's very little management. Like, I know I'm not going to do anything with this trade in terms of closing it unless my stop loss gets hit. And then we're going to reevaluate. What I will do though, if this bar closes like on its high, this bull bar, we're going to add some more contract to this trade, then we'll rack up the stop again. Now is the waiting pattern again. Okay, we have 1 more minute. And we see some selling pressure come in right now. And our green bar is no more. Yeah, and crude is rebounded from the bottom of the trend line as well, from the bottom of the moving average. And yeah, and it's pushing higher now. And our green bar is just turned into a red bar just before the close, right? Like 5 seconds. And we are in the red. Yeah, so we'll continue to wait. Crude is starting to push higher. I'm still trying to figure out in this strategy, like what's the best approach to trading the prop firms? Should I be closing, like half, like trades when they just get in profit, even though like my target is somewhere else? Like my target is obviously these highs, right? So should have been closing it here already? Maybe, right? Like now, obviously, with the benefit of hindsight, you can say that, I messed up. I was 200 plus in profit, and now we are, going into the other direction, maybe closer to our stop loss. But then, the moment you sort of open a trade, your approach should be that you're already okay with taking that money out of the account, the money that you set as for a stop loss, the value, right? So if it's $250 stop loss, then that money is already gone. Like you've already lost that money. You can think of that like you have to pay that money to the broker, and then the broker sort of puts that money in the escrow account, and he's going to give it back to you with profits if you if you win the trade. If not, he's going to hold on to that money. I think that's a very what's the word? Like sober and like safe approach, reasonable approach, because it sort of also puts your mind at ease when you start thinking about the losses. It's like, in order to trade, I have to determine my risk before I get into a trade. And when I determine my risk, no matter what the market is doing, like I have to have the courage to stay in that trade. Okay, so we have 2 minutes to the close of this bar. If this bar closes just like it is now, we're going to add to this trade. We're seeing this gold now feeling more and more comfortable above that moving average, which is making me very, very, very happy. We're only at 469. I feel like we should have started adding more to this trade. But maybe we're just still so close to the... We're so close to the entry level. Yeah, I think because we're so zoomed in, like these bars just looking big, it's just not even a big bar. It's just a $5 bar. We're gonna move this over here. The reason I don't want to set my my take profit at 500 is because I might still add to this trade. But I think I'm not going to, because these highs is sort of where we're aiming for. So I think I'm just gonna set a take profit. So let's see. Buy 5 limit and take profit at 500. Okay, 10 is going to be 533. And so now we're going to set a sell limit. How do I go there? It's trade. Yeah. Sell limit at 533. Sell. Okay, so now when the market gets there and touches our sell limit, we're going to be taken out of the trade. And we are checking back from that level again with 4 seconds to the close of the bar. Okay, so that's a weak That's a relatively weak close. There's a lot of selling pressure up here at 5 to 528. I'm debating now if I should close it, just because there is some selling pressure. But no, I think that's my fear mind telling me that that I don't want to lose the profit that I already have on this position. I want these previous highs tested, and I should hold on to it. But yeah, we're all having these conversations. See, so now we're out there, and we see it pulling back, and sort of my brain is getting into a little bit of a panic mode. At least a portion of my brain telling me, "Oh my God, take profit now, because it's gonna come down again and hit your stop loss. Otherwise, you'd be $200 in profit." And then again, we're not trading this to make $200 in profit. Yeah, because if we want to make 200, then there are more. You should just get a job and make more than 200. Yeah, sure, you're sitting at home, and you're making money in front of your computer, but the amount of stress that it takes, I don't think it's worth it doing it for $200. I feel like the payout should be much, much higher than that, to make up for the strain that it puts on your mental health, your physical health too. I have to wake up at 3 a.m. in the morning because that's when my strategy works best. So gold is trying to go up, and the crude is also trying to go up. So now they are correlated. Let's see, are they responding to this trend line that's happening here? Kind of, yeah, kind of. We're still waiting. Let's see. We're at 292. 2 minutes till the close of this bar. Give me a second, guys. I'm going to grab something to drink, okay? We'll be back in about 1 minute. So I see I haven't missed anything. I remember going to the kitchen like a couple days ago, and the freaking crude printed like $2 a bar, and 5-minute bar going down. Okay, and now they almost tested to our take profit. They came down a little bit, so let's see if we can get there. We're actually only $1 away. Look at this, only $1 away. Dollar is 100 on one contract, 1 mini. We have 5 micros, so that's half, so that's $50. So it was only $50 away from our profit, our take profit level. Yeah, It's not ideal close for us. Now we actually may consider closing it when it comes back to test that level again. What's been Crude up to? Not much happening in Crude. Okay, let's look at this trade objectively. So we see some sort of channel here, right? Definitely a channel here. So they did test to the top of that trend line. Man, and that was $6 higher than we are now. Shoot. Not cool. Okay. The second test of that trend line, we're going to close that position. Okay. I'm gonna bring that stop lower and have it take us out of this trade the next time we go up to touch it, if we are. If we're not, then I'm just gonna lose on this trade. That's fine. And I'm still gonna hold it on this one as well, because here we're so far away from hitting our consistency that I don't really care if we come out or not. But on the other account, if I'm so close to having like the full consistency already, then I'd love to bank it and have that account be ready for trading tomorrow. Let's see if we get punished for not closing that position, or if we're gonna get rewarded for being patient and not jumping into conclusions. It's either or in the markets. I wish it was. I wish the markets were so that if you do the right thing, you're going to get the right result, like every time, like in school, or if in a job, if you have a know-how, that if you always do things a certain way, you always get the same result. In trading, you can do things the same way and you can get two different results 2 times you do this. So like adding to winners, sometimes it's going to give you huge profit, but sometimes it's going to make you stop you out from a trade where you were $2,000 in profit, for example. So yeah, trading is not like that. That's what's frustrating about trading, among other things, of course. But to my type of personality, that's definitely what frustrates me the most. Like, I would love to know that if I do things the same way, I will get a certain kind of result. But that's not in the market. It's where you're just sitting and waiting. So yeah, I'm gonna stay here, guys, for another 10 minutes. So we can see if that trade can conclude in the next 10 minutes. If not, then I'm just gonna manage this trade off stream. I'm going to leave you guys, and we'll see you tomorrow. Yeah, for another session. Remember, we were looking at Crude. We were looking to buy here, the test of the trend line. We would be risking 30 points, and now we would be almost at twice our risk. So yeah, that's nice. It was a good trade, and it was also something that we were going to trade right as we came into the stream. Yeah, it's a little bit triggering as well, and now our gold trade is losing the steam. Ooh, what a move on crude. Look at this, guys. Yep, that was definitely the trade to be this morning. And we got stopped out on gold, as you can see. And we got also stopped out here. Well, there you have it, right? So we bet on the wrong horse. We were thinking about getting involved in crude here after this bar. Then we didn't get it after this bar, right? Then we didn't get any good follow-up here. Then there was some follow-up here, and then we were sort of bar coding. We're going green, red, green, red, green, red, and then finally, we had this move higher, and then gold checked down to the and where we're sitting at? We're sitting at I need to delete this order, cancel order. We're sitting at 679. So now we have to make, what do we have to make? Like $800. Yeah, $800. Yeah, definitely a strong move on crude. All right, guys, I'm gonna leave you to it. Hope you guys, made better decisions than me, deciding between these two assets. Hope you guys made some money. And I'm gonna catch you guys tomorrow for another one. Okay, hopefully we get to make the correct decision tomorrow and make a lot of money together. All right, thanks so much for checking in, and I wish you a great day. Take care.